What did you learn from Krishnamurti?
Yeah, see, that's fun. He was a lovely man. Did you ever meet him or see him? He was, thing that was interesting about him was he was, like, if he was just in the room, he wasn't like an overpowering presence. He was sort of quiet and shy. Beautiful.
Yeah.
And, you know, like if there was a line to get the food, he'd go last, type of thing. He'd let you go first.
Okay.
He would call me old boy. Good morning, old boy. I think he just couldn't remember my name. But I think what I liked about him was he was so human in person, but then when he got up there on stage and started talking, it was like, it was just, you know, like, same guy, but suddenly, this whole transmission would start coming through. And
So, do you think that has something to do with being a channel?
yeah.
Channel?
Yeah, was that the class where I was saying what I thought about channeling, or did I just use the word channel?
No, you talked a bit about what it meant to channel.
Yeah.
Yeah, I found it quite interesting. I wondered also whether, you know, because people always say about Krishnamurti that he had a lot of presence. I've always wondered about that word, but then the word being present is actually in the word.
Right.
So I wondered when when you met him, whether you actually found that he was quite present.
Yeah, I've been reading his books. I was a teenager. I was tall, skinny, didn't know anything. I was 18, I went to England. The principal of the school picked me up at the railroad station, drove me to the school on a Tuesday, say. And then on Wednesday, like the word was Krishnamurti always came down for lunch, and he would eat lunch with everybody. And a couple times a week, probably 3 times a week, he would give talks to the whole school. So that was fun. But on this first day that I was there, I knew that he was going to sit at the table. He always sat at the table over there, right in the middle, sort of looking out into the room. So I found a place in the room where I could see him, you know. Again, that's why I was there. I wanted to, what did the teachings look like in person?
Yeah.
So I positioned myself in the dining room to where I could see him. He came in, and I saw him sort of like looking around, and then our eyes caught, and he went, just kind of gave me this salute like that. Oh. And I was like, and it was like, I got this feeling of, wow. He was sort of like deliberately looking for me, is what it seemed like.
Right.
And then, and like I saw him seeing me.
Right.
And so, just that moment was, I was different suddenly. I had been seen by the sage, you know.
Right.
And I wasn't rejected.
Right.
In fact, he had seen through my presentation.
Yeah.
It's sort of seen through the ego presentation and saw me and went, sort of like his version of namaste. It was like I see you type of thing. And it's just like, it zapped me. And it's like, that was huge.
Yeah.
You know, no words. 3 seconds.
Yeah.
Day 1.
So obviously profoundly influential.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. And then whatever the teachings were sort of on top of that.
Yeah.
And the teachings essentially were His main thing was awareness, just, be attentive. Consciousness, being conscious.